The Bears opened up training camp to the public today for the first time this season, and Bears football is almost back. What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. This is going to be a start of a new series pretty much, so if you want the news on training camp, if you want the news on what happened every single day without having to go to training camp or without having to, read through dozens of articles, read through Twitter, read through all of Instagram, listen to podcasts, if you want to have, all your news in one small video, this will be the video, because every single day for the next however many days of training camp there are, I'll be going live on YouTube every single day, bringing you guys the news on what happened in Bears training camp that day. I'll be going to as many training camps as possible to try to give you guys the latest, up-to-date news. You can follow me on my Twitter or Instagram. I'll post more updates there more frequently. So I'll be doing this every single day. Hope I see you guys in every single video. One important piece of information, if you want to get the chance to meet me, say hi, take a picture, whatever. I'll be down at training camp this Monday, so July 29th, I think that is. I'll be there the entire time. I'll be there from the beginning to the end, and I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'2", so I'm pretty easy to spot, but I'm also wearing a DWC hat. I'll probably wear my Khalil Mack orange jersey, so, if you see me, say hi. But let's get right into the video. All right, so I'm going to start by talking about the injuries and the inactives today. So, inactive today was Riley Ridley, Emmanuel Hall, HaHa Clinton-Dix, TJ Clemmings, Jordan Williams-Lambert, and Jonathan Mincy. Riley really just strained his hamstring, so he should be fine pretty soon. And HaHa Clinton-Dix, I think he began the season on the PUP list, so with a knee injury. But according to Matt Nagy, he should be back pretty soon as well. So for those two, it's really nothing major. The first major story out of training camp today was that Mitch Trubisky is looking absolutely sharp at the beginning of training camp. This doesn't look like some guy that's scared to go out there. It doesn't look like a guy that's, scared to throw the ball. It looks like a guy that knows what he is doing and a guy that wants to go out there and prove everybody wrong. It's clear that he did a lot of work on his mechanics over the offseason because, it's not like a complete 180, but you can notice it in his throwing motion. It's a lot cleaner, right? If you look at it, he's using his hips a lot more and his, upper body a little bit less, which is something you want to do as a quarterback, right? Get that, hip motion going. So for Mitch to be doing that right now, it's only training camp right now, so I'm not going to overhype him too much. If he can actually do this in a game with the 300-pound lineman in his face, then it's going to be a lot more impressive. But so far, man, it's looking pretty good. It looks like he did a lot of work over the offseason, and he looks like a very confident and a very changed quarterback. During drills, it was reported that Trubisky was very accurate today for the most part. He did have a couple underthrows here and there, but for the most part, he was pretty accurate, hitting his receivers in stride, putting the ball where it needs to be placed. And, it is still very early right now. They did not even wear pads yet, so you can't really take away too much from this. But if he continues this in the next couple weeks, going into preseason, going into week 1, then it's going to be something pretty cool for us Bears fans to see. The next major story was that a Bears kicker did amazing today. Yeah, you heard that right. A Bears kicker did amazing today in practice, throughout the entire practice. His name is Elliot Fry. Elliot Fry was a kicker today. Him and Eddie Pinheiro will be switching off every single day, trying to see who's the better kicker. But today was Elliot Fry's day, and he had a heck of a day, right? Because he went 9 out of 10 on his field goals, and he hit a 60-yarder at the end of practice, man. A 60-yarder! First of all, I'm very happy with his accuracy so far. To go 9 out of 10, he missed his first one, so after that, he hit 9 in a row in front of all the fans, in front of, a little bit of pressure. So to be able to see that, it's a very good sight to see. It's very early in the kicking competition right now. I think it's going to go on throughout the entire training camp and maybe the entire preseason. We might not know who's the Bears kicker until the last, second pretty much, but hopefully Elliot Fry or maybe Eddie Pinheiro, hopefully at least one of them keeps us up during the rest of training camp and we end up with an actual solid good kicker this season. Another thing we have to talk about is Matt Nagy's increased level of competition this year in training camp. You can really feel it in the drills that he runs, in the way he sets up practice, right? He's trying to instill a fierce competition between the offense and the defense in practice, and that's good. That's how it should be. You should try to be killing each other in practice because that's how you get better. Obviously, don't go too hard, try and kill each other, but try to go your hardest. Try to get mad at the other side because that's going to make both of your sides better. So today in practice, during 7-on-7s, they were doing, a drill, and then at one point, Matt Nagy had everybody except for Allen Robinson, Kyle Fuller, and Mitch Trubisky step aside, and he brought those three to the other side, and then he told, Mitch to get the ball to Allen Robinson, which he did. Allen Robinson went deep. He beat Kyle Fuller with a double move and caught the deep ball from Trubisky, which drew a big reaction from the crowd because obviously we all love our offense. And after that, instead of just patting everybody on the back, right, Matt Nagy actually had the entire defense do down-ups as a punishment. And that pissed the defense off, obviously. So later on in practice, the defense beat the offense, and then the offense had to do down-ups. So I just love this level of competition that's being, instilled in practice every single day. It really seems like both sides are trying to cut each other's heads off. They're trying to group together, trying to play their best football. So Matt Nagy, salute to you for having just phenomenal competition in practice. Another major story from training camp today was that Khalil Mack looked absolutely unstoppable the entire practice. I know that's nothing new, really. We already know how good Khalil Mack is. He's like a freaking god pretty much, right? He's not human. But today he just looked like beyond a god pretty much, right? Because he was moving very freely around during the 11-on-11s. He was consistently beating his man. He was not being able to be blocked. They were not wearing pads today, so you're not going, full strength. But still, man, he cannot be stopped at all. It says that at one point there was a 4-man front with Leonard Floyd standing on the outside, Mack inside of him in a 3-point stance, Goldman at nose tackle, and Hicks at the other end. So, you can just see, right? Mack is out there. He's trying to get even better than he ever was before. I'm pretty sure he said somewhere that he wants to be the greatest football player of all time when it's all said and done. So, right now it's looking like he's maybe going to get to that goal if he keeps on working as hard as he is. So, Mack, man, he looks amazing. It's nothing new, but I thought I'd talk about that because this is Mack's first training camp as a Chicago Bear. You remember last season, I don't think he even played any preseason games. So it's good for him to get an actual training camp and a preseason as well. And finally, we're going to talk about the stinky sock giveaway. So Cordarrelle Patterson, you guys know, first of all, at the end of training camp every single day, all the Bears players, they go around by the fans, by the kids and all. They give them autographs. They give them, pictures, whatever they want. But apparently Cordarrelle Patterson, he had some other ideas today. He gave one of his fans, two of his fans actually, he gave those fans 2 of his stinky, smelly socks that he used in practice that day. Man, I get being a fan, but come on, man. What are you going to do with those socks? That's kind of gross in my opinion, but I thought I'd bring that up because it's a funny little story. Take of it what you will. I guess next time you go to training camp, if you end up going, right, ask for Cordarrelle Patterson's sock. He might give it to you. So that's that. All right, so that pretty much wraps up day 2 of training camp. If I miss anything major, then comment that down below in the comments and talk about, some of the other stuff that happened because I was not there, so I probably missed something. Talk about that down below and also talk about your opinions on, our season this year. Talk about how you think training camp is going, any predictions you have. So that is all I have for you today. I'll be here again tomorrow, but as always, bear down.